Hey guys, so I've officially had a beat store for 2 weeks and I'm gonna tell you all about it. But first, this is the intro. Okay, so I have been planning to have a beat store since about like August of 2018. I didn't actually really get the ball rolling until like New Year's Eve. So when I was at home planning my goals, reflecting on the year and all that kind of stuff, it kind of hit me like, we should do this now. I decided to do it. I told myself my launch date was going to be February 14th, no matter what. My initial goal was to have 20 beats available. That didn't happen. It dwindled down to 10 and then I actually ended up releasing 11, which was like a random number. I surpassed kind of my goal after it kind of dwindled down, but I think that 10 was a good number. It was a good time to start. Ended up with 11 beats. I ended up with 2 pieces of merchandise, 5 different lease options, and that's it. I mean, that's my whole store. It's really just beats and merch, or as I call it, sounds and threads. As for my expectations, I really didn't have any. I've sold beats in the past, just not with this business model. So I know that selling beats, it takes time, because a lot of times artists, they want to try out your beat first or write to it first and make sure that they have something that's good before they buy it for their project or their single or whatever it may be. So combined with beats and threads, I sold $628.98 worth. Don't get too excited. I've never sold merchandise before or anything. So that number is impressive to me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna act like, oh, it's nothing. Like, I'm very, very proud of that number. However, when factoring in like the cost of goods and the expenses for my business, I'm not left with very much. The cost of goods was $448.83. So already my profit is only $180.15. Which honestly, I mean, my first 2 weeks of business, I'm still pretty impressed with that number. But as far as keeping my business open with things like the subscriptions that I use, like the beat site that I use, which is Airbit, you know, that's a subscription price. My website, things to keep track of my expenses, like all of those are subscription prices that I have to pay every month. So I factor all that in for the month of February, but I was only open from February 14th to February 28th. I'm considering it the whole month, but it was really only 2 weeks. I was able to, after all of the cost of goods and the expenses and everything, I was able to profit $86.31. And that's, you know, that's not like a huge number or anything crazy or anything like that, but it's something. And so it does make me excited. This is not only like a producer, an artist journey, like it's an entrepreneurial journey, and entrepreneurialism isn't something that like I was born into or that I come from. Like, I'm the first one in my house and my family, so I'm pretty stoked about that number. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool that I even profited at all, because I didn't know if I would be able to, you know? So again, I didn't know what to expect. If I were to break down like product and beats, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, and transparent. I sold 1 beat, just one, and it was the lowest license, which was the content creator's license. The rest of everything that I sold was merchandise. With that being said, I initially was only going to have like maybe 3 beat leasing options, and I didn't get the idea to do a content creator's license until probably like 3 weeks into building my store. So like late January was when I kind of got the idea for the content creator's license and was like, let me add that into the mix, because I have friends who are content creators. They need music for their stuff, and I'm like, there's other content creators out there who need that. I initially wanted a hoodie that said "this is the hoodie" on it for myself, because I needed a black hoodie, and I was like at the mall looking for hoodies and I couldn't find one that I liked, and so I was like, I'm just gonna make one that says "this is the hoodie" on it. When I got the idea to like make one and order it, I was like, why don't I just add merch to my site and we'll just see how it goes. As BXK, like, we've never sold merch. We've had merch, but my brother made it all and he gave it to people at our shows. So like, we've never actually had like a merch store. This was cool because, again, I had no expectations. I didn't know what to expect at all. Like I said, initially, I was only gonna have like 3 leasing options. I wasn't even thinking about the content creator one. I wasn't thinking about merchandise, and those are the only things that sold. within my first 2 weeks of being open. I think that's cool. Shout out to God for giving me those ideas. As far as advertising goes, I did one Instagram ad. I was able to collect emails from my mailing list, and some of those were people that I like don't know or haven't heard of, so thinking there might be a correlation between the Instagram ads and that. I'm not sure yet like what's working and what's driving traffic yet because I'm still so new. It's only been 2 weeks, but I do know that a lot of people for the merchandise, most of them were people that I already know, even if I don't like really know them like that. They're just people that have been following Kasari and I for a long time. Some of them were friends and family, and so shout out to my friends and family that supported. I thought that was so sweet. I think that for March, I'm going to have to kind of think of new ways to reach new people that have never heard of my stuff. I do want to improve my SEO. I think I'm gonna do that probably by starting to blog on my site. And then I think I'm just gonna look into more like trying ads in different places and seeing if they make a difference. I'm thinking of doing I didn't really do any like hard selling, like going into people's DMs whose music I like and like sending them stuff and things like that. I didn't really do any of that. Those are things that I want to try doing as far as for selling beats, because beats are my main thing. Like the music is the main thing. I'm gonna be adding more beats to my store. I think my only goal for March is to make a higher profit than I did in February. March will be my first full month, so we'll see how it goes. Again, takeaways, the least expected things were what sold, so that's pretty exciting. So I might add more just ideas that I get to my site, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you like this kind of content, this is really like weird for me to make because it's so transparent, and I'm not trying to be telling everybody all the money that I make and all that kind of stuff, but I figured this might help somebody who maybe might be thinking about starting a beat store, just to tell you realistically how it is. There are people out there who genuinely need your product, and the goal is to find them. So that's what I'm gonna try to do for March and continuing forward. Again, if you like this type of content, let me know in the comments and I'll continue. Maybe I'll do another one at the end of March to tell you guys how March went. Subscribe to my channel, please. And if you like my shirt, this is not from my website. This is from my brother's website. It is jacklaripper.com. This is one of the many designs that he has up there. Thinking of possibly having some collab designs with him on my site, but I don't want to say too much of the detailed plans for March, but I just want to do better in March than I did in February. That's my only goal. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think that's all I got for you. Okay, peace out.